Hips should be stacked, back should still be neutral. Clinically doing this, I will either, so the bottom leg now is going to be straight and extended into a neutral position. And then the top leg, you can either bring into like full flexion and have them rest here, or extension. The way that the book and the videos show it will be actually just holding your patient's leg up. So now patient, are you able to try and straighten your bottom leg, bring it a little bit more into extension, and then go ahead and lift your leg straight up and down. Any pain or discomfort there? Again, not gonna press distal to the knee because the medial ligaments, a little bit more risk for injury than the lateral ligaments. So go ahead and bring your leg back up. And then I am pressing down here. Hold, don't let me move you. Breathe. And she has pretty strong hip ache.
Yeah.
Good job. If you did that to me, you could like barely press down. And so that is your hip adductors, MMT. Go ahead and lie supine for me. If your patient is not a 3 out of 5 and we need to go gravity eliminated, then you just bring them into a side lying position. I will come around to the other side. Sorry, supine. We were inside lying. And from here, you would not bias glute med min. You would just do, can you abduct your hip? And I am just supporting her leg. I'm not doing any motion. And can you adduct your hip? Very good. If I needed to apply resistance, we would go into abduction first. I would apply resistance here. Can you hold? And then if I really was going to need to test adduction, go ahead and come back in. And then my force would be, again, at her distal femur, pressing into abduction. So that would be your gravity eliminated for those. Do we want to add TFL, or do you guys just want to do? Okay. So for TFL, we are flexing the hip, internally rotating the hip, and abducting. So the first thing you're going to do is get them set into, can you internally rotate your hip, put your foot in. Very good. And then you are going to bring your leg up and out on the diagonal in this direction here. Are you able to perform that motion for me? And she lost the internal rotation component. So I'm going to keep those toes turned in. Go ahead and come back up, and now she's able to do it. Very good. I'm going to stabilize my patient's opposite hip. You can go ahead and raise into the test position again. And then I am mostly into, internally rotate, mostly into extension and a little bit of abduction. Go ahead, hold, don't let me move you, and she breaks pretty easily here.
Yeah, it actually hurts up here.
Very small muscle. So this one you're kind of expecting, you can bring it down, to break a little bit easier. You could theoretically bring your force up here if your patient was having a really hard time or it was painful, but if you're getting those symptoms, then you know that they're probably like a 3+ for that muscle anyways. Compensations would be rotation of the hips. That's why I'm going to stabilize here. Ideally, I probably would have had her other leg straight. And then loss of her ability to maintain the internal rotation throughout would be the other main kind of compensation you would see here. If she was flexing in the knee, then that wouldn't necessarily, there's other muscles more responsible for knee extension. So I would bring my force again up to the lateral distal femur. Go ahead, internally rotate, come up and out, come up a little bit more, and then I would bring my force here. Hold, don't let me move you. And now she's a lot stronger here, or I just have to apply more force to get the same resistance. So TFL in supine, internally rotate first, then bring them up and out. Adductors, you're in side lying, holding the top leg, and they're just lifting their leg off the table. You're pressing straight down into abduction.
Are we trying to keep all the sidelines?
I greatly prefer doing this one here. I think that when you're doing the sideline test, you're kicking in way more of your hip abductors. So let's just do this one for now, and if you guys want to see both, we can do that. But I don't think the sideline one that your book shows is as valid of a test for TFL if you're trying